I would like to begin. My name is Rob Friend, the CEO of the national team. That is my role. I was brought in of this year in January. And I think it's to sort of set the context for my role, set the context for the national team, and really the different entities involved here. I think it's important to add some clarity. So really, we're talking about sort of three different entities in this sort of structure. We've got FAM. Is governance, it's HR, documentation, registration, ethics, legal. So really that's FM right here. So with regards to the national team, and as I've sort of defined what we are, I think it's important to really discuss or paint the picture of what our role was in the naturalization. So with the national team, obviously, as I explained, we're strategy, performance, we're technical. We're not getting involved in the documentation. But what I would say, and full transparency, how we are involved, I'd say sort of two main areas. The first one would be discussing with FAM throughout the upcoming camps. We get a brief, we get an update on potential players that are going to be naturalized, of course. Peter, myself, we'd understand, okay, this is the player pool that FAM is working on with the government in terms of documentation, in terms of registration. Until then, we had no involvement in that, obviously. We're not involved in any of the documentation registration. But we were ready and available when these players would be accepted by FIFA. And then once the documentation registration was finished, the FIFA would issue a document that approved the players to play for the national team. We as a national team would receive that document, and then we would activate that player in the player selection. So we'd sit down with Peter, we'd discuss those newly naturalized players as part of our upcoming games. Until then, as you can imagine, there was no planning around those players because it's very difficult to plan without the official confirmation they're able to play. So that's really the national team's role in this naturalization. I think it's important to clarify.